ready?
Yeah, turn up the heat.
Are you ready?
Is he ready?
Oh, yeah, he's ready.
It's go time.
Ready to go beyond the scores and stats.
I love it.
Good.
Let's bring it in. It's showtime, right?
Welcome to High on Sports.
The whole deal is like some kind of crazy game.
Exclusively on MorningShowCentral.com.
Hello, and welcome to High on Sports. I am Ralphie, and with me, as always,
Hey, Ashley.
And I am Von Erich.
and thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Whether you're listening on your computer or one of the many glorious apps, thank you so much for making High on Sports a part of your day. Now, we have got a big show for you, of course. If you've been on Facebook or listened to us last week, you know this is our big Major League Baseball preview special. We have got our picks for you, Von Erich and I, at least. I don't know how far you're going into this.
I don't believe I went as far as you guys.
But
That's just insane.
Von Erich and I, I mean, baseball is probably my number 3 sport. It is clearly Von Erich's number 1. And when he starts getting in like prediction mode, it amps me up to amp up my game. We've got Manager of the Year. We're making our picks for Rookie of the Year. Just about everything. Both wild cards. Now that there's 2 in each division. And Von Erich went a step further. He has the final, his prediction for the final standings in each division. Holy crap! This is going to be an in-depth look into the 2012 MLB season. And remember, you can join this ride along with us. Remember to log into the chat room if you're watching the show on MSC, which you probably are. To the right of the viewer, you'll notice a place to log into a chat room. Asks for a password. Again, you do not need to put one. Just put a name. Hit enter. You are immediately logged in there, talking to myself in just a moment. And Von Erich and Ashley and whoever else may be in there today. And you know what? Get in there, and when we're making our picks, you can share your picks with us or tell us how stupid and wrong our picks are. Always fun. And you make a good point. We'll bring it up on the show. But if you don't, we won't. So ball's in your court now. And remember, as always, you can email your questions or comments to shows with an S at morningshowcentral.com. And remember to call the show toll-free at 1-888-668-0742 and get to the website, highonsportsradioshow.com. It's a great website. It's got my blog on there. It's got all the archive of past shows. Tons of other fun stuff. You want to get there right now. While you're listening to this, bring up another tab and just go there. Just have fun. Click around and stuff. That's what I like to do. highonsportsradioshow.com. Get there immediately. All right, well, let's get right into things here. It is time to start this busy show that we have tonight. It is round 1. Let's go. You got the one.
I
Putting
got
the one
it.
up.
The little one. Little baby one.
Itty bitty one. That's nice. That's cute. All right, well, let's get right into things here. Like I said before, this is our 2012 MLB preview special. Even though, if you were to look at a calendar, you would notice that we actually have another show before this season starts.
A little bit of miscalculation.
Doesn't matter. No, this is it though. This is the premier home for everything you need to know about this upcoming season. We're gonna figure out how we're gonna do this. I'll give my pick for something. Is what we'll do. For example, we'll start with who's gonna win the American League East. I'll give my prediction, explain it, and Ashley, you could chime in with what you got, and Von Erich will give us his standings for that division, and we'll proceed on from
Standings, the whole East.
All right, and we're going to start in the American League, and we're going to start in the American League East, a hotbed of talent right now. Last year, unarguably, I'd say the most talented division in all of baseball last season.
Yeah.
You had, what the Blue Jays finish at last year? Wasn't it 500 or close to it anyways?
I can look it up real quick, but yeah, it was around the 500 mark.
Yeah, I mean, they had really one bad team, and it was the Orioles, and that was it. I mean, you had the Yankees obviously win the division. Red Sox and Rays came down to the final day to decide who would be a wild card team, and if that happened this year, they would actually just both be wild card teams and have to play each other anyways in a one-game playoff. So, I mean, just by far, probably the most talented division in baseball right now. You got the record offhand?
81 and 81.
81 and 81.
Nice.
Told you right there. 500.
Right on the money.
So 4 teams that finished 500 or better in a 5-team division.
That's crazy.
One team had a losing record. One team. I mean, that is just insane. That is insane. Well, I believe in some consistency here. I have the New York Yankees winning the American League East. I think you got to look at the fact that the biggest question mark for the Yankees over the last couple of years has really been pitching. And they just pulled off that trade with Seattle, right? With this offseason for that, what's the guy's name? Pineda?
Joe Pineda.
Yeah, didn't they send their
And they
catcher?
Also just re-signed Andy Pettitte.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
God, he's still pitching?
They pull off this young up-and-coming kid out of Seattle, get Andy Pettitte to come back out of his very brief retirement. I hate what retirements come to mean in sports.
Yeah.
Nothing. It means nothing. And it's all thanks to Brett Favre. It is
what?
all thanks to Brett Favre.
No, because Michael Jordan did it like 8 times before Brett Favre ever did it.
Whatever. He did
They
it
all do
once.
it.
Well, he
No,
technically
he did it twice.
Technically twice.
Look, you can't blame them because they think they're like, okay, I'm old. I need to give it up while I'm still alive. And then they sit out, they turn the game on TV, and they're like, I can't walk away from this. Boom, they're back.
Even remember
when you play a sport your whole life, you can't walk away from it.
It's funny, like Tiki Barber. Tiki Barber retires, and everybody's like, what? He was still, fairly decent and everything. And he's like, oh, just like Jim Brown, I want to retire while I'm, before I don't want to, better to, burn out than fade away. Was the thinking there. And he spent a few years, maybe like 2 seasons or something, as like the resident sports guy on like NBC's daytime show or whatever, Good Morning America or whatever the hell it's called. And he does that for like 2 years, and then this past offseason he wanted to come back. Ultimately, nobody took a chance on him.
Yeah.
But I mean, even this guy's like, I'd rather retire now than fade out and start to suck and whatever. And then 2 years go by. No, I want back. I was wrong. I was stupid and wrong. Can you ever forgive me? And evidently, no, the NFL couldn't. But anyways, so I have the Yankees winning the American League East. Ashley, who do you think takes the crown this year?
I'm iffy between the Yankees and the Rays, but I gotta go Yankees.
Okay, that's yeah.
I've been back and forth.
Money buys titles. That's what it does.
That's pretty much
For the
it.
most part. Now, Von Erich, how is the East going to shape up this season? Were we right, basically? Were we accurate?
You're pretty accurate.
Okay, good. Whew.
I've got first through fifth in order: Tampa Bay, New York, Toronto, Boston in fourth.
Wow.
And, rounding it out, my pick for last year's winner of the East, Baltimore Orioles.
I remember that. You have the Red Sox finishing fourth.
Yes.
I agree with that. I think they're going to choke.
Any specific reason that they take such a big step back?
They got a new manager this year with Bobby Valentine.
Yep, Bobby
there's
V.
a lot of medical insecurities with their starting rotation.
They're all alcoholics.
Specifically, Clay Buchholz, or however you...
Buchholz,
however you say his name. And, they're not going to be able to drink in the clubhouse this year.
So they'll go through withdrawals all season.
Yeah, what kind of mess is that?
What, not being able to drink there?
After the game
Or
in
you
the
mean-
clubhouse?
Are you upset that they can't, or upset that they were before?
Well, they weren't really drinking before the game.
No,
They weren't going out to the-
I mean, are you upset right now that now drinking's banned in the clubhouse?
Yeah.
Or were you upset that they were drinking like last season?
I could care less if they were drinking.
I kind of understand where they're coming from, because it'll be like during games. And granted, it's not your day or anything. You're starting pitcher or something. It's whatever. So you're in the clubhouse, and they're sitting there eating fried chicken and drinking beer and stuff. But it's like,
It's their day off.
at any point in time, we could call on you. What happens if this game goes 15, 16 innings, and we got to put a starter in there?
I guess that makes
What are you
sense.
doing?
So, not during the game, but didn't they ban it for, like...
I think they decided.
Even.
I think they decided because you wwere doing it during a game, you've just screwed it for everyone.
Yeah.
Just not happening in here.
So, see, I see both points.
You can still do it in the visitors clubhouse. So, it's whatever. All right, we'll come to the Central in a second here, but let's go out to the Wild West. Remember, Texas Rangers in the West, back-to-back AL champions and back-to-back World Series losers, bringing in Yu Darvish, some other pieces here and there. Really, Yu Darvish, the main big name to be joining the Rangers this year. It should be noted in the Angels happened to bring in C.J. Wilson and who's this? Albert Pujols to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, which is enough to explain my pick for winning the West. Is the Angels right there? I mean, their outfield is ridiculous right now, so good that Mike Trout, who is potentially the best prospect in baseball right now, will probably be starting the year in the minors because they don't even need him right now. Add in Albert Pujols, C.J. Wilson to that already pretty good rotation.
Oh, yeah.
Jared Weaver almost won the Cy Young last year, was the runner-up, I believe. And the Angels look, ready to go out and win this thing. So I have the Angels winning the American League West. What do you think?
It's definitely the Angels. I mean, the Rangers.
Rangels. If they could combine teams, wow, they'd be unstoppable.
Yeah, with the Rangers, they don't have a prayer this year with the Angels getting Pujols and I don't know I keep messing up their names. Anyways, it's the Angels.
Got crazy names.
It's the Angels.
Yeah.
They're gonna win it.
Angels
by a mile.
Von Erich, how does the West pan out?
1 through 4, I've got Los Angeles, number 1, Texas, a close second because they still have a pretty decent rotation, and Texas is going to hit.
Agreed, yes.
And rounding out the division, Oakland 3 and Seattle 4.
Okay. Poor Seattle. Poor Eric Wedge. He's got a mustache now, so he looks more like a leader, but, that's about it. All right, and now we're going to go to the Central. The American League Central, home to our beloved Cleveland Indians. Of course, in this offseason, trading for Derek Lowe. Losing, at least for the start of the year, the artist formerly known as Fausto Carmona, now Roberto Hernandez. And signing Casey Kochman to presumably come in and take over the starting first base duties is really the only changes you see to the team this year, really those three. Obviously there's going to be another new starter because it's either going to be like Kevin Slowey or David Huff or someone. But other than that, no massive changes to the team. And then, of course, you've got the Twins. You got Joe Mauer, Justin Morneau coming off injuries. When are they not coming off injuries at this point?
Right.
And the rest. The White Sox, the whole gang. And my pick, obviously the biggest free agent signing in the AL Central this year. I have the Detroit Tigers winning the Central behind another great year from MVP Justin Verlander. And they brought in this little guy, skinny fellow, to come play first base. Maybe you've heard of him. Prince Fielder. So, I mean, he's gonna be threatening 40 home runs. He's gonna be breaking 100 RBIs, doing what he does best. So that is why I have the Detroit Tigers winning the American League Central this year. But optimistically, I am, of course, rooting for the Tribe. So, what do you got, Ashley?
I gotta go with you again. It's the Tigers.
You're just riding my picks. You're just riding my picks the whole way, aren't you?
Dude, I can't. You're
you
picking
can't think.
No.
Oh.
I mean, come on.
Okay,
Obviously,
all right,
the Yankees are gonna win these. Clearly, the Angels are gonna win the West, and clearly, the Tigers with getting Fielder. They got Verlander. They got Cabrera. They got Martinez. They got.
He's hurt, but he'll come back.
He'll come back.
He's out this year.
What?
He's out this year. He's not playing.
The whole year?
The whole year?
The whole year, yep.
Well, changing my
Whoa.
pick.
ACL injury, if I'm not mistaken.
Whoa.
I will look that up.
Ouch.
I didn't know about that.
All right.
They're still going to win by like 70 games.
7? No.
That's an exaggeration.
I could tell. All right, Von Erich. We want to know if we're right. How is the Central going to pan out this year?
You guys are right.
Yay!
Detroit first place. I do have Cleveland in second.
Woo! Number 2.
I don't think they have the offense to take them to that next plateau. That'll come with age. We got a relatively young ball club, and maybe in a few years, when we got guys like Santana and Asdrubal Cabrera in their prime.
We are all Kipnisses. Nike swoosh. That's my guy.
And rounding out the division, Minnesota 3rd, Kansas City 4th, and the lowly Chicago White Sox in last.
Aww. Poor Chi-Town.
Poor guys. UJ Przezinski. All right. Thank you. Now let's 2 wild cards this year. That is right, 2 wild cards. And my 2 wild card teams are coming out of the East, the Boston Red Sox, and coming from the West, the Texas Rangers. I have them both making the playoffs, competing in that 1-game wild card. Actually, there's 2 playoff spots left. Who do you give them to?
I gotta go Rays and the Rangers.
That's good. Good choice. I could see the Rays doing it. I just feel like the Red Sox. I mean, they had that monumental collapse.
I think they're gonna choke.
Everybody likes to think about them in that last month. I like to think about them as the several months previous. I mean, they had a bad start and a bad finish, but just an incredible middle there. If they could somehow spread that middle out, they'd be in some pretty good shape. Von Erich, who do you have as your 2 wildcard teams?
The Yankees, and coming out of the West, the Texas Rangers.
Okay. And that sounds fairly reasonable. You figure both of those teams are going to make the playoffs in some form or another, whether it's they're winning their division or being the wild card team. It's a safe bet to see.
Yeah,
both
they're
the
going to
Rangers
win
and the
85
Yankees
to 90 games.
Oh yeah,
that's a given.
All right, now I'm gonna. You picked the awards, right, Von Erich?
I sure did.
All right, Ashley's gonna sit this part out real quick, but I'm gonna let you know my award winners. I think the American League MVP this year. So all of you, I hope all of you have your checkbooks out right now, and you have your bookies on speed dial, because these picks are just stone cold locks. So you'll want to get on this. My MVP is Albert Pujols. He's tamed the National League. He'll come tame the American one as well. Cy Young, I think CC Sabathia gets it done this year. It's been a couple of years of being right on the cusp. I think he's a guy, if he settles down and focuses, he's one of the best pitchers in the entire game, and I say he takes that. Rookie of the Year, I think it's Yu Darvish. I always forget that he's going to count as a rookie. You never think of it. You're always like scouring the minors, like, who's got a shot this year? You forget this guy's going to start day one. I think what helps certainly is it's going to be innings pitched, because has he been announced as their opening day starter yet, or do we know about that?
Opening day starter. Let's take a look at Texas here. I'm guessing it would be.
I think it might be.
I...
Good dead air. But anyways, I think Yu Darvish is going to get the innings. He's going to get the exposure. He's going to get to talk. He's going to get the hype, and he's going to get the Rookie of the Year award. And I believe that the Manager of the Year, that's right, we picked Manager of the Year, is going to be Mike Scioscia of the LA Angels. Purely because his team got Albert Pujols and CJ Wilson. He can basically take a season off, sort of relax, just kind of hang out and watch his team win, 80, 90 games. All right, Von Erich, what's your award season looking like?
For the awards, most valuable player, a guy whose team would be nothing without him, be Jose Bautista from Toronto.
Joey Bats.
For the Cy Young, John Lester from Boston. You never know, he can bust out
that's another guy,
20-some wins.
That's another guy like
any
CC.
given year.
Exactly, just focuses and he could do it.
For my Rookie of the Year, I also picked Whirling Darvish. And for the Manager of the Year, I went with that too, Joe Madden.
Oh,
Tampa
okay.
Bay.
All right, and my American League champion, I believe, representing the American League in the World Series this year, will once again be the Texas Rangers. They're going for their third year in a row. A part of me wants to see them go all Buffalo Bills on it and go to 4 in a row and lose 4 in a row. It'd just be entertaining. Not if you're in the Texas area, but to me, at home, certainly. Who do you think goes to the American League? Or who represents the American League in the World Series, I should say?
You know what? I'm going to go Angels.
Okay, that's fair. Pujols, CJ Wilson, it's been said to death, but, they're going to go a long way. And Von Erich, who actually is going to be representing the American League in the World Series?
That would be the Detroit Tigers.
Oh, damn it. We were wrong. All right. Well, now we're going to move over to the National League, and at the end of this, we'll pick World Series. We're going to start in the NL East. We got, of course, the Philadelphia Phillies with their three aces, you could really say now. The fourth ace is gone and not playing anywhere right now, Roy Oswalt. Waiting to see basically who's going to contend before he makes a decision where to go. You got the Philadelphia Phillies. You got the Mets, which are always hilarious. You got the new Miami Marlins.
That's so lame.
That's right. We are the Marlins. Remember that? That's good stuff. Good little
Macarinas or whatever
song.
those things are.
That's nice. It's fun stuff. But in all honesty, they did sign Ozzie Guillen to come be the coach. They brought in then they bring in Heath Bell, I think, from the San Diego. They brought in Mark Burley from the White Sox. They've got Jose Reyes from the Mets. A lot of talent there. But I am going to go with the Philadelphia Phillies once again. I think one thing that seems like it hurts them now, but I think helps them down the road, is the fact that their first baseman, Ryan Howard, is going to be starting the year on the disabled list and not playing, along with their second baseman, Chase Utley, as well, which seems bad, but think about this. They're going to be working on a shorter season than everybody else. Two crucial members of this organization get a little more R&R. Maybe it's in a cast, but whatever. When they come back, they'll come back healthy. They come back strong, fresh, and ready to go. So I have the Philadelphia Phillies winning the National League East. Who do you have?
Well, Miami did pick up a lot of good people, but I think the whole "We are the Marlins" and that little giant ugly thing
Oh, it's awesome, isn't
in
it?
the stadium, I think that's just gonna make them crash and burn, and I'm gonna love it. It's
Yeah.
going Philly.
Phillies again, where we picked all the same division winners so far. But, or I should say you picked the same ones as me because I went
Not my
first.
fault you're going first. If I was going first, you'd be capping off of me.
Von Erich, how does the National League East actually play out this season?
I have Philadelphia winning the division.
Yes,
Of course.
we did it.
Miami in second. I don't think that they're going to be able to gel as a unit quite.
Not even with that smooth dancing music.
But next year and the years coming after that, you can definitely count on Miami to be a perennial division winner. And then rounding out the division, 3 Atlanta, 4 the Mets, and 5 Washington Nationals.
Okay, the Nationals. All right, now we're going to move on to the NL Central. NL Central, home to the Cincinnati Reds, the now Pujol-less Cardinals, turning it around Cubs. They're not really going to make a threat. But either way, I like consistency, and the team that's been the most consistent going into this season from last one hasn't really had a major loss, although they did just lose their closer this week. I have the Cincinnati Reds, Joey Votto, winning this thing, winning the National League Central yet again. Who do you have coming out of the Central, Ashley?
Well, Milwaukee's gonna suck now without Fielder.
Go on.
I'm going Cincy.
Of course you are. Why not at this point? Sure.
Yeah, now it's just.
All right, Von Erich, how's
Who
the
are you
Central?
picking? 'Cause
how's
I'm
the
going
Central
with it.
gonna play out?
I have Milwaukee winning the division.
Oh, really?
I don't think.
Shit.
I think Braun's going to have a decent year. I don't think there's going to be any blowback of this whole steroid controversy.
Because he was innocent.
Yeah, of course he was.
Yep.
Right?
Allegedly. He was
I
allegedly
never
innocent.
put that stuff in my body. It got there from the day long it took the FedEx guy to drop it off.
Yeah, I don't have your guys' pick, Cincinnati. I have them in third place.
What?
And-
What?
Because I have the Pittsburgh Pirates in
Ooh.
second
Ah,
place.
you always do this, man. You want that one pick where if you get it right, you're a genius. It's the Orioles from last year. This guy had the Orioles winning the East last year. Now you got the
Baseball pundit
Pirates in
my ass.
second. We'll see. We'll see.
And rounding out the division, St. Louis 4, Houston 5, and the lowly Chicago Cubs last place.
Poor Cubbies. You'll get them next year. Nope, you won't. It's going to be another 100. Let's go 200 and then win the World Series. That's what we'll do. All right, now to the National League West. It's a tough one. I don't find the National League West particularly strong. The Diamondbacks are a very young team who won the division last year. They could pull off another run. But I say I'm going with the World Series champ from 2 years ago. I think the San Francisco Giants get their act together and realize that if they can score like 3 runs, they'll win. And if they can do that, then I have them winning the National League West. And who do you have, Ashley?
Well, I wasn't going to take the Giants just because of that pitiful season they had last year.
Yeah.
But really, I don't think there's anyone else who can win in the West.
You weren't going to take the Giants until you knew I was going to take the Giants.
No,
and
because
then you had to
who
take
else
them.
is going to take it? The ownerless,
The
poor
Diamondbacks.
Dodgers?
The
The
Diamondbacks won
are-
it last year.
They're not going to win it again.
They're young. They're ready. They're hungry.
You know what? Fine, I'm going Diamondbacks just so
No,
you
you
can't
can't
say
ch-
nope. Just because you're going to say I copied.
You just ruined it now, though.
Doesn't matter.
Now it looks like you deliberately changed it so it wouldn't look like you're copying.
Fine.
'Cause you're...
Giants.
All right, Von Erich. Von Erich, how's the West playing out?
I also have the Giants winning the West.
Boom.
They got Buster Posey coming back this year.
Yes,
and
sir.
With the rotation as deep as it is, Lincecum, Madison Bumgarner, and Matt Cain. And Barry Zito. Can't forget about him.
Oh, that's true. Barry Zito.
And for the rest of the division, I have Los Angeles in second, then
wow.
Colorado, Arizona, and San Diego.
Okay. And now time for the 2 wild cards. My 2 wild cards are the St. Louis Cardinals, because I believe, yes, they're going to be hurt by the fact that they don't have Pujols anymore. The guy they did bring in, Carlos Beltran, is obviously he's not going to put up the production that Pujols did, but I think he can put up enough considering in the playoffs and in the World Series, aside from one game, Pujols was held relatively in check during the World Series. And they still managed to gel together with a bunch of nobodies, and David Freese was an American icon for like a week. So I think the team can figure out how to do it, and plus they've got They got what's his name coming off injury, the starting pitcher. What is it, Wainwright?
Yes,
I think
Adam Wainwright.
Adam Wainwright coming off an injury, so they got their actual ace coming back. I think they can get it done, and I say they wind up being my first wild card team. And the second one, gotta love them, the Miami Marlins. Ozzie Guillen, Jose Reyes, Mark Burley. Already some decent pieces there. Before all this, there's Anibal Sanchez and who's that other kid? Hanley Ramirez. Throwing the pieces they got in free agency. It's not a bad looking team. I mean, you get caught up in the stupid song and how dumb everything looks, and the fact that the Miami Marlins just sounds weird. But I think it's a pretty decent team, and I have them taking the second wild card slot. Who do you have as your wild cards?
Obviously the Cardinals. They won it all last year, so I figure they'll at least make a playoff spot. Mm-hmm. And then, this is tough because I don't want to go Miami.
You going Mets? You going Mets?
No, I'm not going the Mets.
Damn.
Why in God's name would I pick the Mets?
You want to lose.
I'm going to go Milwaukee.
Okay. Von Erich, who do you got winning the wild cards?
I have Miami coming out of the East and the Central Pittsburgh Pirates.
Man, you're all about these Pirates, man.
Oh, yeah.
I was all about the Brewers last year. I kept having, everything was Brewers this, Brewers that. I almost gave them the Cy Young and the MVP last year. I remember that, but it was funny because then I decided, no, I'll give a pitcher from the Cy Young, but I won't give him the MVP because then that's too much, and it actually winds up being the other way around. But anyways, I'll get him this year. Speaking of those awards, this is my award winners from the National League. I think your MVP, I think he gets it again, is my man Joey Votto. He's just a normal guy who likes building helicopters, his own words. You ever see that? He was in an interview like, what's it like being like a Canadian baseball player and stuff? 'Cause he's born in Canada. And he's like, it's no different. I'm just your normal guy. I like playing with my dog. I like building helicopters. Just an average dude. Because we all just do that. And my Cy Young is big-time Tim Lincecum, starting pitcher, San Francisco Giants. My Rookie of the Year, Bryce Harper, outfielder for the Nationals. He's going to start the year in AAA, but it's only a matter of time before the Nationals fall out of contention, and he comes in and starts, making, whatever, wins it. Anyways, then my Manager of the Year is Ozzie Guillen of the Miami Marlins, because he's going to rally that team behind that song, We Are the Marlins. It's such a catchy tune.
It's ridiculous.
I have Ozzie Guillen as the Manager of the Year. What do you got, Von Erich?
The reason I've been on Pittsburgh's sack, so to speak, is because their breakout year from their MVP, Andrew McCutchen.
What?
Yes, that's correct. Andrew McCutchen, MVP. It's happening this year.
What do you do? What are you trying to do?
What do you mean, what am I
Destroy
trying?
your reputation? Oh, my God.
Man.
It's going to happen.
All right.
I think he thinks he's so good now that just by
He's
saying
just
it, he
getting
can make
cocky.
it happen.
Dude, now who's your Cy Young? Is it some relief pitcher from the freaking Dodgers or something?
No, the Cy Young's a no-brainer. I picked Roy Halladay.
Okay, good, safe choice.
Rookie of the Year, I also picked Bryce Harper. He may start the year in AAA. He may get an opening day spot, but he will definitely be with the team before long.
Oh yeah.
And Manager of the Year, always a solid choice, Bruce Bochy from San Francisco.
This is a good, safe, respectable choice. You know what, though? You know what? If everything goes as you said, whoever the manager of the Pirates is going to be the Manager of the Year. That's how I make my picks. Is I pick who's going to win the divisions and stuff. Then I look at who's a manager who did good in my predictions.
That would be Clint Hurdle.
It's going to be Clint Hurdle with the MVP and the Manager of the Year. There's no one on there we can give the Cy Young to while we're at it. We can't just throw them a Cy Young over there.
Who am I going to give it to? Eric Bedard?
Yeah. Who's that? They got Hannerhan. Some kind of Hannerhan. But anyways, my National League champion is the Philadelphia Phillies with their 3 aces. They have got 3 starting pitchers that can kill you. Von Erich, real quick before we go to break, who's your champ?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, we're agreed there. Philadelphia. And when we get back, the first thing we're doing is making our predictions for World Series champion. After that, we're breaking down the Final Four, what shot our beloved Buckeyes have. We're going to talk about Tim Tebow to the Jets.
Oh, boy.
Oh, it's a big cluster funk over there. And of course, our weekly mock draft and a date for our fantasy baseball draft. All that and so much more. You listen to High on Sports on the MSC Radio Network.
Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com. Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call Joe the Printer Guy! Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web, lifestylelimousineservice.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you. Cocaine Energy Supplement. Due to great consumer demand, Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement. It's now available at retail locations across the country, as well as online at reduxdirect.com. That's reduxdirect.com. Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network, where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world. Cocaine Energy Supplement. You can become a member. You can become a member by logging on to lovecocaine.com. Heat 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right.
Rise above the clutter, brand your identity, and make a statement. Broken Fan Media. Expert video production, television and web commercials, music video, real estate tours, live concerts and events, state-of-the-art post-production, video and audio editing. Check us out on the web at brokenfanmedia.com. 434-944-0472. Broken Fan Media. The next generation of sight and sound.
If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningshowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. You're listening to MSC Radio Network, and like anything else on the internet, it runs on computers. Lots of computers. And you know, when you're dealing with computers, computers, hard drives sometimes crash. That happened here at MSC, and you know what saved them? Rectiphy backup software. Don't believe us? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you backed up? Probably not. So don't be that guy and wait till it's too late. MSC did their research and tried tons of different backup programs and chose Rectiphy backup software. You know, peace of mind is priceless, and Rectiphy can give you and your computer system that peace of mind. Find out more at rectiphy.com. That's RECTIPHY.com.
Hey, it's Big Daddy from The Marty Allen Show. Catch the replay of The Marty Allen Show every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern right here on MSC. Now, my show airs Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 3 p.m. and Saturdays at 2 at MartyAllenShow.com. But you can catch the best of The Marty Allen Show every Thursday at 7 p.m. right here on Morning Show Central. So if you want all the latest sports news, entertainment news, and everything else that's going on in the world, then tune into my show live at MartyAllenShow.com and the best of the replays right here at MorningShowCentral.com. Get MSC and get cooking, baby.
Oh, great. Not another Farm Bill request. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/morningshowcentral. Denying one Farm Bill request at a time.
Hi, I'm Dirk Nowitzki, and when I'm not busy winning NBA championships, I'm listening to High on Sports every Monday night at 9 on MorningShowCentral.com.
Hello, and welcome back to High on Sports. I'm Ralphie, and with me, as always,
Ashley.
And I am Von Erich.
best starting lineup in sports, period. This is our own big three. This is Cleveland's big three. These three, handsome. I just called you handsome.
It's okay.
Handsome slash... No, I'll just call you handsome. That
Okay.
sounds cool.
You
right?
are a handsome
You're
woman.
cool with that? You're cool with being a handsome woman?
I'll live with it.
All right. Or all three of us are beautiful. We'll go with that. Or pretty.
That works too.
The three prettiest people in this room, particularly. All right. Well, thank you for the lead-in, Dirk Nowitzki. Really him, by the way, allegedly. And remember, as always, you can call the show toll-free, 1-888-668-0742. Again, toll-free around the globe. Email your questions or comments to shows within us at morningshowcentral.com. Get into the chat room if you're watching the show on MSC, which you probably are. You'll notice to the right of the viewer, it's a place to log into the chat room, ask for a password. Do not need to put one, just put your name, hit enter. You are immediately logged in, talking to myself, Ashley, and Von Erich, whoever else may be in there right now. And remember, get to the website, highonsportsradioshow.com. Check out my blog, the archive of all the past shows. Good stuff, good, fun stuff. Remember, highonsportsradioshow.com. All right, let's get right into things here. It is round 2. Let's go. Bring up the deuce. There you go. I like how you do it like a referee, so it's like you can clearly tell. So anyone from long distance can like tell that. They might get confused.
Well, I've just always done that.
That's
Like
what
when I'm
referees do.
playing-
That's what referees do. They'll
I've
hold
never
up
did it
like
'cause of
they always.
refs.
It's always weird. They're like this is like 3.
No, I do 3 this way.
Well, they'll do like
that's weird.
They'll do like 3
I don't
or
like that
something
one.
because they figure like if you this could be confused.
They don't do the shocker.
Well, because see, this one's
No,
weird. I
you
do
don't-
this.
You don't do the shocker.
Because I've always done it since baseball, but like, plays that too.
I see. I know.
Or we
Like
got 2
they'll do
down.
this or I like doing this sometimes. Just feel classy, like
Nah.
European.
I go like this. Because
Like
when I play basketball, I
3.
go 3 ball.
Anyways,
Ace.
irrelevant. Let's start things off real quick. If you missed the first half of the show, you can check it out on our YouTube page. Just go to High on Sports, search YouTube, or get to the website, and I'm sure there's a link to it or something there. And always on the Facebook, High on Sports Radio on Facebook. There's always a link to the most recent episode and stuff. We made our predictions for just about everything for this 2012 MLB season, except for one thing. We did not pick our World Series champions, which we are going to do now. We'll reiterate who we have in the World Series and tell you who we have winning it. I have the Texas Rangers as the American League champion. I believe they get it done again, and they take on those 3 aces from Philadelphia. And when you've got 3 guys who can absolutely shut you down, that is Cliff Lee, that is Roy Halladay, and that is, Cole Hamels. All 3 can just shut you down like it's nothing. When you got a 3-man rotation like that, there is no chance that you don't win. I have the Philadelphia Phillies winning the World Series this October, November, around that area. And Ashley, who do you have?
Well, I had the Angels and the Phillies. I'm going to go Angels. I say it's coming back to the American League. It's coming back.
Pujols wins it again.
Yep. That's what I'm saying.
Can't be stopped. It'll be his third one. That dude can just go to the Hall of Fame right now.
Yeah.
You know
pretty
that?
much.
Like he's one of the he's the only person his age probably that right now can just leave. They can just be like, I'm done. I'm just gonna go to the Hall of Fame, chill out. First ballot, unanimous. It's ridiculous. All right, Von Erich, tell us who actually is the World Series champion.
I have Detroit beating Philadelphia. Whoa. I think they'll be able to just mash up and down the order, and Philadelphia doesn't have the offense to get it done in a 7-game series.
You've got Detroit winning the World Series?
Yes.
Ooh, that's scary stuff.
They're very scary.
Scary stuff. Scary, very, very scary. I think the Indians are going to come from behind and win it, though. We'll see. Either the Phillies or the Indians. We'll see. But right now, if I was putting money on it, I'd go Phillies. All right, and that concludes our amazing baseball preview spectacular 2012 edition. And now let's get into what's going on right now, and that is obviously the March Madness is in full swing. We are down to the Final Four. You have to know them by now. Of course, it is the number 1 overall seed, Kentucky, and then, of course, Louisville will be taking them on. That's an interesting matchup, Kentucky v. Louisville. They're both in the same state, Kentucky, obviously. It's going to be fun to see. Rick Pitino, head coach, taking on Calipari. That's going to be nice. That's going to be a big, high-profile coaching matchup. And then Kansas taking on the Ohio State University Buckeyes. Jared Sullinger, Aaron Kraft. The gang's all here, and they're ready to win.
Ohio State, baby.
O-H-I-O. There it is. That's why we're in our Buckeyes gear.
You know it.
Well, you know.
Almost all of
Almost.
us.
There's some red.
It's got red.
Red and like some, that's kind of gray. This little like satellite dish or whatever's on your shirt. It's kind of gray.
It's okay.
We'll count it. Go Bucks.
You know it.
Go Bucks. Hashtag go nuts. I've started that hashtag.
Really?
I like it, right? It sounds so cool because it's like, no, Buckeye's a nut. So you're like, go nuts. But then you're like, go nuts. Right? Like, go crazy.
That's pretty good.
Right? Everybody, if you're tweeting about the Buckeyes, hashtag go nuts. That is my own personal hashtag I've created. And it's currently trending on my Twitter specifically. Not on all of Twitter.
I can dig with that.
It's trending from me only. But it'll grow. It'll spread like a wildfire. Hashtag go nuts. All right. Anyways, let's take a look at how we did in our brackets. The master bracket here has that's for me. Never mind. But we have my bracket right here. All right. These are my picks. My Final Four. 50% right. Now let me reiterate what happened last year. Last year we had I have a whole mess of brackets from fans and stuff. I haven't been going through all of them because if I just sat here listing off the brackets, that'll be like 2 hours. So, fans, you know how you're doing. But last year we had 15 brackets, give or take. And in all of the brackets, every last one of them, I was the only one to get even a member of the Final Four, and even then it was only one. I had UConn in the Final Four. And I was the only person that had any one of my Final Four correct in all of the stacks of brackets I had for the show. This year, a little better luck. It went down a little more obviously this year. We have, I got 2 out of the 4. I had Baylor and Missouri. I lost Missouri the first day. I lost Baylor this weekend. But I did get OSU taking on Kansas. I did accurately predict that one. Unfortunately, Baylor was my champ, so champ's dead.
Mine died a long time ago.
Your champ died on the first day.
2 of 15 seed.
Because you had Missouri. But you and I, and again, this is more of you piggybacking on my stuff. You picked the exact same Final Four I did. Baylor, Missouri, Kansas, Ohio State.
We think alike.
So obviously we both got Kansas, Ohio State. And then we come to Von Erich, who also got 2 out of the 4 Final Four correct. Good work,
Not too
sir.
shabby.
You got Kentucky. Unfortunately, you had them taking on Michigan State. Not happening. But then you did get Kansas. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, you had them taking on Syracuse. Didn't happen. So you almost went completely chalk, except for Kansas. So smart call there. By the way, real quick, I checked the percentage of how accurate we are with all of our bracketing this year. I'm 68% accurate, so that's a
Not
D.
bad.
That's a D. Also rocking the D. You are 65% accurate.
Ooh.
And also rocking the D. D's across the board. Von Erich with the 62%.
It's like high school all over again.
Yeah.
We did have one of our brackets go astronomically high. I'm finding that right now. Fan of the show. It's Von Erich, your friend, who was in here a couple weeks ago. Your friend Campy. Campy is currently 80% accurate.
Damn!
80% accurate. He accurately predicted Kentucky, OSU. That was it. He only wound up with 2 members of the Final Four, but when you add in all the rest of the picks, he is 80% accurate, and he still can get better because he has Kentucky and Ohio State battling in the national championship, with Ohio State winning it. So if things pan out like that, his percentage is actually going to go up. So he's at 80 right now, but it could potentially wind up even more accurate. 80%. We're rocking the D's. He's got a B. I don't believe anyone else is even a C. No.
Wow, that's embarrassing.
No. Yeah, that's embarrassing. Your friend is...
We got taken out, but, man, we got to step our game up.
Yeah. Oh, if it's any consolation, my mascot battle is 27% accurate. And it died in the Elite Eight. being that there was no one accurately predicted in the Elite Eight. Then we come to the coin flip bracket, which is doing better than that, 42%.
Okay.
No members of the Final Four. One member of the Elite Eight, though, Louisville. Unfortunately, it had Louisville losing to Iona, which did not survive the play-in game. So, don't flip a coin to predict your bracket. Is basically all I can say to that one. All right, now I think Ohio State has a legitimate shot here. I think we're probably looking at a Kentucky versus Ohio State national championship. And if Sullinger plays the way Sullinger can play,
oh my God,
Aaron Kraft is a beast, the point guard for Ohio State. He does the things that nobody wants to do, and that's what makes him great. It's all about positioning, defensive know-how, awareness, and everything.
Dude has nasty quick feet.
He's not flashy. But he is
God.
absolutely what needs to be done, and he's doing it when it needs to be.
He's the sickest on-ball defender in the college game.
It's going to be interesting to see how he does. I think he's the next level guy. I think he makes it to the NBA, even if it's
he has to.
Even if it's a second-round pick. I think
the way he plays defense, you would have to pick him.
I think he's a second-rounder, and I think it's going to be really interesting wherever he goes. I think he could be a good, solid player coming off the bench in the NBA.
Yeah.
I mean, sort of like a Ramon Sessions-esque. How his position was with the Cavs, a backup who really eats up a lot of minutes. Very likely scenario there for Aaron Kraft. Maybe Cavs take him in the second round. Get a long-term backup to Kyrie Irving.
That would make me happy.
Why not?
I would be so happy.
We'll see what happens. Of course, the Cavaliers do have 2 picks in the first round.
Kraft ain't coming out. He ain't coming out this year.
No, he's not. But the Cavaliers do have this year 2 first-round picks, of course, their own, and a lottery-protected pick. Not that that's going to matter. From the Los Angeles Lakers.
I say we bring in Sullinger.
If somehow the Sacramento Kings can get on a bit of a tear and nab that 8th seed, let me check Sacramento's record right now. I'll get right back to you on this. But if somehow the Kings can grab that 8th seed, the Cavaliers will have 3 first-round picks. They currently hold a lottery-protected first-rounder from the Sacramento Kings.
Come on, Sacramento!
Go Kings, right?
Whatever happens with lottery picks, so we don't get the first round pick until they're not in the lottery.
Here's what happens. I've
always wondered about that.
The rules vary. Oh my God, Sacramento's 17-31. Never mind.
Jesus.
Never mind.
Screw you, Sacramento.
Way
Give us
to
a
go,
first round
Kings.
pick and then take it back.
Boo.
What kind of crap is that?
The way it works is the lottery protected pick, it varies from team to team, from deal to deal, I should say. The way this particular one works with Sacramento is that this year it's protected from being top 14. So unless they make the playoffs, Cavs don't get it. They're not going to make the playoffs, so Cavs won't get it this year. And then it drops to next year. I believe it's top like 12 or something. Eventually top 10. Eventually gets to a point where it's I want to say like top 4, 5, 6, something around that range. And then if the Cavs don't get it by then, it just becomes a second round pick wherever their second round pick is. So it could potentially be if the Kings don't have their pick be outside the lottery protection in the next time, I want to say it's maybe 4 years, then it will become a second round pick.
That's crap.
It sucks, but you know,
who the hell came
you take
up with
the risk.
that plan?
I don't know.
No, give us your first round pick.
Well, they
damn it.
traded J.J. Hickson for it, and they got
yeah.
Omri Caspian in the first rounder. lottery protected. Realistically, they'll probably get the pick in maybe 2-3 years. As long as, I mean, that's saying like 3 years from now, Sacramento can't be worst team in the NBA, which is iffy, but it could happen. They could be better-ish. All right, now we're gonna talk about this real quick. We're gonna make it fast because we got some other stuff to get to. But did you see that press conference today? Tim frickin' Tebow obviously traded to the Jets this week.
I'm just
not only was
this.
his press conference aired on television at noon, it was replayed in its entirety at 5.
I don't even know where to begin.
They held a press conference for their backup quarterback.
Backup, people.
In response,
Come on.
John Mara, owner of the Giants, in response to this
ever.
happening, said, our press conference for backup quarterback David Carr will be held tomorrow afternoon. Could you imagine?
That's great.
Why is it, like, if I'm a backup quarterback right now, I want a press conference.
Exactly.
Drew Stanton signed with the Jets to be their backup. All right?
Why did he not get a press conference?
When Tebow comes in, they traded him to the Colts. I want to know what Drew Stanton has to say about the quarterback position for the Colts.
Give him a press conference right now.
They don't have a quarterback right now. If the season started right now, they'd have to start Drew Stanton. He's a valuable man right now until the draft.
Give him a press conference.
Right? I want to hear what he has to say. What's he going to do to tutelage Andrew Luck? Nothing, because Andrew Luck's going to be better than him for his first day. But still, where's Seneca Wallace's press conference? He's about to be in a quarterback battle. I want to know what he has to say. It says Tebow frickin' mania. I should mention this. Oh, by the way, yeah, this is something we reported on the Facebook. Again, that's High on Sports Radio on Facebook earlier this week. But the Jets want Tim Tebow to live in New Jersey.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Obviously, that's where the Jets and Giants play. They're actually in East Rutherford, New Jersey, not New York. But they want him to stay in New Jersey because they don't want him to be a part of the media storm and temptations and all the
temptations of the New York light life
and chaos.
The poor little virgin boy might get
He's not a virgin.
I know, right?
I don't care what he says.
I know, right?
I don't care what he says. He said sex. Anyways, and probably a lot of it. But anyways, yeah. So the Jets want him to live in New Jersey so he's not exposed to the media frenzy that is New York City.
He's not 12.
Is it?
That
New
man,
Jersey just is New York
up.
at this point, isn't it?
He needs to grow up.
The two cities are touching. Well, New Jersey's a state.
Oh my God, we can't put fragile little.
Poor widow baby.
Poor
widow Timmy
little fragile Timmy virgin boy in New York with all the bad people and the strippers and the hookers.
I like how you keep going. Like you're worried that he's gonna get laid. Like that's his concern.
Well, looking at an article, the 40-40 Club. I guess Jay-Z or somebody owns that club.
Yeah,
they're going to be making a special drink just for Tim Tebow.
Oh, he got a Tebow sandwich too.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Yeah, it's a Tebow sandwich. It costs $22.22. I don't get the.
Yeah, one of the bars is making a no sex on the beach drink for Tebow.
Well, it's a glass of water with a slice of lime.
Yeah, that's in that article too.
Oh my God!
I was dying when I heard that. No sex on the beach for Tebow.
No sex on the beach. Although, do you want to do anything on the beaches of New Jersey?
Ew, God,
There's
no.
nothing but used needles as far as the eye can see.
And the Jersey Shore rejects are there.
There you go. The people that couldn't make the final cut of the show because they're too.
Pregnant
New
Snooki's
Jersey.
gonna come and get him. You ever see that South Park? Snooki wants smush smush.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I don't know. This is. I do love that you keep going back to the fact that he supposedly hasn't had sex. Like that's their concern. Don't go to New York. There's too many ladies.
That's what it is. They don't want him to. They don't want him to
There's
start
too
clubbing
many
and
lady
banging
parts
random
everywhere.
Chicks. That's
Who
what they want.
cares?
They don't want him to bang random chicks and get drunk a lot.
As long as it's for procreation, what's the problem, man?
A million little Tebow babies.
Bunch of Tebow
Jesus.
babies all over New York.
Bunch of fake quarterbacks who can't throw. But
he does
then
grade.
next coming
He
of
grades
football.
pretty well as a fullback. We should point that out.
That's what he needs
He'd make
to be.
a damn good fullback.
Why in God's name do people keep thinking this dummy can play quarterback?
Because fullbacks are no one. For the last 40 years, no one's ever said this team's really good. They're just kind of a fullback away from being over the edge. That's never happened. That's like if they could just get a better special teams tackler, this team could be Super Bowl bound if they had a better special teams tackler.
Oh my God.
It's just not one of those things that matters anymore, you know? But I mean, either way, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. There's a thing called an N score. It's done by the Nielsen ratings, the people that do the ratings for everything. An N score is it measures how popular and recognized an athlete is. And advertisers will look at an athlete's N score to decide whether or not they should use them to advertise their product. It should be noted, by the way, that the N score has certain rankings. 100 to 199 denotes you as a superstar, and 200 or higher denotes you as Hall of Fame level advertising. Tebow's rocking the 180 right now, which is better than every single player in the entire NBA. LeBron's a 90. Jeremy Lin at his peak was 102. So that gives you an idea of how much more football is valued in this country than anything. So Tebow's a 180 on the N score, which is only 20 points off from being considered a Hall of Fame worthy as far as notoriety goes.
Wow.
It should be noted the guy he's backing up is a 12. Mark Sanchez. Mark Sanchez is a 12.
He's so garbage, too.
On the N score.
Why in God's name
30,
does New York think they can do something with
30
him?
or below on the N score is categorized as starter. So he's starter. Tim Tebow's superstar and almost Hall of Fame. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm telling you guys this. Tebow kept hijacking the show this past season. It's going to be 10 times worse. Now that he's in the Big Apple, it's going to be absolutely insane. Insane. It's going to be Linsane. That's how crazy it's going to be. But, boy, that's dead, by the way. He's Lin-capacitated. That story's over. He's not even playing tonight, by the way, injured. But
Good. He doesn't deserve to play when he's not injured.
Anyways, we're
He's
nearing the end of the show, and that is time for our weekly mock draft. By the way, I'm going to point out here, all these mock drafts are leading up to, of course, the actual draft, which is Thursday, April 26th. Which, remember, follow me on Twitter at eRalphieW. I'll be tweeting my first round, grades and what I have to say about each little thing and stuff like that. And remember, don't miss the show. This is the Monday before that. Last Monday, or second to last Monday in April, I should say. April 23rd, that Monday night at 7, I will be unveiling my personal mock draft of how I think the first round will play out. We'll be at least highlighting the important picks and put the entire list on the website for everybody to check out. But until then, we have the mock drafts from the other people. And this one today is an interesting one. I have number 1 overall. This is coming to us from Bleacher Report. Number 1 overall, the Indianapolis Colts select Andrew Luck.
What?
Yeah.
You're lying.
Now, I've been over this. There's been a lot of times we review number 1 overall picks as a lock. Not that I'm trying to put Andrew Luck in the same league as this guy, but Jamarcus Russell. We all knew Jamarcus Russell was going 1. Not a doubt in any of our minds, but there was still some mock drafts out there that didn't have him going 1 and would have him falling to 3rd to the Browns. It's strange to me. I know how much of a lock Andrew Luck is, but you're telling me there's not one moron that says RG3 first? There's not even one mock draft I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of mock drafts. A lot. And not one of them I've seen doesn't have Andrew Luck number 1. So I think Andrew Luck's going to go number 1. Call me crazy. That's what I believe. So number 1, Andrew Luck. Number 2 to the Washington Redskins, Robert Griffin III, obviously after that trade. By the way, it should be pointed out, RG3 was one of 3 players this offseason that the Redskins stole, that the Browns were looking at. RG3 won, stole that draft spot. Pierre Garçon, apparently it's come out the Browns were having talks with him, try to get him in a Browns uniform. He goes to the Redskins. And Josh Morgan, wide receiver, actually former Mountain Union graduate, wide receiver from San Francisco, currently a Redskin. Browns had talks to try to bring him on board in Cleveland. So that's 3 players this offseason.
We're sniping us.
The Redskins have stolen from Cleveland.
What is going on?
Number 3 to the Minnesota Vikings, Matt Kalil, offensive tackle. Number 4, the guy I think you got to go with. There's still a lot of Justin Blackmon people out there, but I think without a doubt this has to be the number 4 overall pick for the Browns. Trent Richardson, running back, Alabama.
Has to be.
Finishing out the top 5, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Morris Claiborne, cornerback, LSU. It should be noted in this mock, Justin Blackmon happens to go number 6 to the St. Louis Rams. And real quick, jumping down to Browns, number 22 overall pick, their second first-rounder. This particular draft has him taking the Really, the probably the best or second best player in the combine this year is Stephen Hill, wide receiver, Georgia Tech. He's big, he's strong, he's fast. He would be a great addition to this team. We'll see how it plays out. All right, 3 up, 3 down time. And as always, we start with down number 1, Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan did not play last night. He sat out against the Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh my God, this might have been the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Greg Popovich, the head coach, excuse me, has to report why players don't dress. And the reason he reported shows up in the NBA's official box score. It said DND next to his name, did not dress, DND, old. Did not dress because he's old.
There's no special meaning for the OLD. It just means Tim Duncan is old.
Old. The ageless wonder is finally old. Down number 2, the Cincinnati Reds. Lost closer Ryan Madsen out for the year.
That sucks.
How much does this hurt them, Von Erich?
Does it?
It does? Wow. I never thought of it that way.
Okay.
Wow. Interesting. Down number 1. This was this week, but it's been such a crazy week. It doesn't even seem like it happened this week, but it was this Wednesday. Saints head coach Sean Payton suspended for the whole year for his involvement with the bounty scandal.
But whatever.
Up number 3. This is kind of a long one. Thomas Robinson from Kansas, Jared Sullinger from OSU, Anthony Davis from Kentucky, Draymond Green from MSU, and Doug McDermott from Creighton. This year's AP All-Americans. Little side note, Robinson was a unanimous pick, and Sullinger was the first back-to-back AP All-American in 3 years.
Get some Jared Sullinger.
Up number 2, 4-way tie, Kentucky, Ohio State, Louisville, and Kansas. I don't know why I didn't put Kansas on here, but Kansas for being in the Final Four. Good week, obviously. And up number 1, Tiger Woods won his first PGA Tour event since March 29th, 2009, and in comes the Masters.
Look out, ladies.
Woo!
Tiger's
Look out.
back.
He's on the prowl. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us this week.
Wow, that was corny.
Yep, pretty bad, pretty bad. Remember to tune in next week, same time, same place, next Monday night at 7 For Chris, for Von Erich, for Ashley, I am Ralphie saying good night, everybody. We will see you next week, same time, same place on morningshowcentral.com.
OH.
I-O.